Hello, everybody. My name's Hunter.
And my name is Austin.
Today, we're going to be giving you an overview on large action models. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. What are LAMs? They are AI systems designed to take actions and not just generate text. So, we've seen a lot of LLMs, like ChatGPT recently, but now there's new things out, LAMs, that are basically made to take actions instead of just telling you what to do. They can control software, click buttons, and complete digital workflows. They extend LLMs with the ability to execute tasks toward a goal, and they combine reasoning, planning, and action execution.
LLMs work by observing digital environments like your screens, different menus, interfaces, and different portions like that. They break goals into actionable steps, like a step one, two, three, four, and five to reach what you tell it to do. They predict the next best action, and then they execute the actions in a sequential order. They also adjust based on results and feedback that you give it, as well as the feedback from different actions. They're trained on large data sets of UI interactions, as well as just user inputs and stuff.
So here are some examples of LAM systems. So OS Atlas is a foundation model for GUI tasks across UI interfaces. So pretty much it's a foundation. So it looks at all of the GUI interfaces across different OSs and it helps identify that and grabs data so that other parts of the model can actually do the actions. So Action Studio is a framework used to train LAMs with demonstrations. So you can use a program such as Action Studio to show the AI input so that they can copy that input later whenever you're actually having it complete actions for you. XLAM is an advanced LAM family capable of long, complex workflows. So that's just one that's a bit more advanced and it can do a lot more than just simple tasks. It's getting better at completing longer workflows. And Rabbit AI is a commercial LAM system for automation. Now, Rabbit AI, it had a lot of hype generated around it whenever it first was announced. And whenever the final product came out, it kind of seemed like it was a scam because it really did not deliver on all the features that they promised. But hopefully in the future, we see less products like that and more products that actually use these action models to the benefits instead of just kind of scamming people out of it.
So, why are LAMs useful? They can automate repetitive digital tasks, such as entering a large quantity of data in a spreadsheet. They can increase productivity for businesses, which, again, spreadsheet work and other document works and sending emails and things like that. They also help to reduce human error and workflows. They improve accessibility for users who cannot navigate software very easily. They also enable AI assistants to do the work and not just explain it. So, like ChatGPT, but just doing the work for you instead of telling you how to do it.
Where LAMs are used today. So we're seeing a lot of LAMs in customer service automation. So they're not just helping people by talking them through problems, but they're actually able to do certain actions in customer service. Enterprise workflow automation, so big companies that have to keep track of a lot of things and do a lot of small tasks can take up a lot of time. So they're using LAMs to complete these small, simple tasks for them so that they have a lot more time to do important things. Back office data operations, so that would be data entry and reporting. So a lot of companies have a lot of reporting systems for all their data so they can collect as much data on whatever they need to collect their data on. So that would make that a lot easier for automation instead of just having a person sitting there doing it. UI testing and app navigation, it's really good for whenever someone's developing a UI for an app or something like that. They can just have an AI use it and kind of give critiques on your app that you're developing and maybe make improvements to it themselves because they have the capabilities to complete actions and personal digital assistants. So these would be like a little secretary that you have. You can just tell it to complete a certain task for you. And since it has that action capability, it can, instead of just telling you what to do and give you information on that, it can actually complete those actions for you, which is really cool.
So, where can LAMs be used in the future? They can be used in OS level digital assistants capable of full computer control. So you could integrate it into things like Windows, Linux, and they could be able to even change settings and do different things like that. Maybe even install apps. It could be automated into cybersecurity workflows. I know we have some stuff that is machine learning right now that helps detect malware and different things, but you might be able to automate something in the future that detects and deals with the malware. Medical admin tasks and data processing would certainly benefit from this since you would be able to tell it to just process the data and it would do it, and you wouldn't have to be involved in any shape or form. You could also make different educational tools that assigns tasks, grades tasks, and different things like that. And it could even read essays and grade on how accurate they are to the rubric. And then it's universal for to-do list activities and on computers and stuff. It can tell you what needs done, and if you just tell it to do it, it could do it.
So here are some of the challenges and concerns that we have with LAM models currently. So currently they face a lot of errors during their action execution, which may cause real damage. So you think like people can make mistakes, but the thing is they usually recognize that. The problem with LAMs is since they don't reason as well as humans do, they can make a mistake and think they're doing the correct thing and really seriously mess a lot of things up in the long run. They're very hard to train on every possible UI because humans are a lot better at adapting to different situations and different kinds of UIs. So let's say we have a button in the bottom left corner of an application and it moves to the right corner of an application. Humans can usually adapt to that pretty quickly and make that connection. But since large action models take so much data to train and they have to really go over and do things over and over again to learn them, just that simple movement from one corner to another of a button could really mess up an AI whenever they're trying to take actions. Costs for computations are really, really high. So LAMs take up a lot of power and a lot of computational space on a computer. You seriously need a lot of RAM and a lot of electricity whenever you're running these large action models because they just take up so much. There's privacy and safety concerns since um, we don't really know how private these AIs can get. It's really hard to safeguard them. And while companies are trying to figure out how to keep personal and private data safe with these action models and different kinds of models like that out there, it is a really big concern on how they're going to be able to do that because it's really difficult to kind of hone them in and get them to do exactly what you want them to do because they are just predictive models. They really don't have a 100% answer every single time. And they need strong human oversight and guardrails right now. So you might have seen things like self-driving cars. I would say that that's a kind of close to a large action model. But the thing is we see that self-driving cars, they need a human there to watch them at all times still because people don't trust these self-driving cars because they can still make a lot of mistakes. So right now, it's really not replacing any jobs. If anything, it's making more people have to get involved because they need to watch these AI instead of just doing the tasks themselves.
All right, so to wrap it up, LAMs represent the next major evolution of AI. First, we had, just your regular AI that could answer questions, kind of like a Google search, and then we got generative AI and different things like that. They bring action, autonomy, and real workflow ability. They will be able to do things that we tell it to do, and it will just be done. You can use different research models that have come out, and they have definitely proven their potential. Things like Atlas, Action Studio, things like that. And LAMs can transform how humans even interact with technology. Like Hunter said, the cars driving with LAMs, that could be a lot safer and even better than humans driving since machines make less mistakes. And the future of AI and technology, it will be systems that think and act, not just give you steps to do it, it will do it for you.
All right, so here are our sources. I'd like to thank you all for watching this video, and I really appreciate you guys. Thanks to Prof G for having an awesome class, and just thanks again. Have a great day, everyone.